Wagwan everybody, Trig Mr. H again. So today we're back with some transformations of trig functions. And so I have this function y is equal to 5 cos of minus 2x plus pi by 3 minus 2. I'm just going to tell you one sure shot method of solving any trig function transformations. So one thing you have to remember is whatever is happening inside the cos function over here will be happening to the x values. Whatever is happening outside, so the 5 and the negative 2 will be happening to the y values. Okay, so first step is you have to make sure that the coefficient of x is positive 1. So it's not positive 1 here, so we will take negative 2 common, or we'll force negative 2 to come outside. So the y is equal to 5 cos of minus 2 x minus pi over 6, and this becomes minus 2. Okay, so once we have that set now, and we've already said that whatever the 5 and the negative 2, which is subtracting over here, and here's happening to the y, everything else is happening with the x's. So the first step I like to do is, what is the general function of y is equal to cos of x? So that's our parent function, right? So what is happening to that? Let's draw a straight line. There we go. This is your x, this is your y. So at 0, so I'm going to work in pi and radians. You can work in degrees, but just make sure to change all your values to degrees. So at cos of 0, my y value is 1. At cos of pi by 2, which is 90, my value of cos is 0. At pi, I'm -1. At 3 over 2 pi, I am 0 again. And at 2 pi, which is 360 degrees, I am positive 1 again. Okay, now let's go on to the transformation of the function. So for the x values, we have to know that whatever is multiplying with it would be the reverse function. So negative 2 is multiplying with the x over here. So we will divide all x values by negative 2. And because negative pi by 6 is being subtracted from it, so we will add pi by 6. Okay, so after that, then we will work on the y's. And for the y function, so I know that 5 is multiplying, so we do the exact same thing. Y's are very simple. We become 5y minus 2. Okay, so all you do is plug and play then. So x is 0 first over here. So what is 0 over negative 2 is 0. Plus pi by 6 is pi by 6. And then 5y minus 2 gets me 5 times 1 is 5, minus 2 is going to be 3. At pi over 2, so then you do pi over 2 divided by negative 2, which would be, let me take out my calculator, plus pi over 6 which would be negative pi over 12, and this would become negative 2. And we're just going to keep on going. And so over here now we'll have pi over 2, pi over negative 2, plus pi over 6 is going to be pi over negative 2, or negative pi over 3. And because it's negative 1 here, so 5 times negative is negative 5, become negative 7. And then for 3 over negative 2 pi, I'm going to have negative 4 over 3 pi, and this would be, again, negative 2. And for my last value, which is 2 pi, so 2 pi divided by negative 2 will just be negative pi plus pi over 6, which would be 5 over 6 pi. Negative, of course. And then for that, it's just going to be 3. Okay, so once we have our values, we're pretty much done. All we have to do is graph it, and I'll tell you what the period is and what the amplitude and everything is. So to find, first of all, to graph it, I'm just going to quickly graph. If it would like to, yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's just say this is going to be 3, this is negative 2, this is negative 7, let's just say this is pi over 6, and they're going to be at equal intervals from each other, all your x coordinates. So I'm just going to jot them down equidistant from each other, and just say this is positive pi over 6, and this is going to be negative pi over 12, pi over 3, and so on. You get the point. So pi over 6, I am at 3. So let me just draw this in red. So I'm at at 3, and then at pi over 12, I am at -2. Then I go down to -7, then back to -2, then I'm back to 3. Okay. One thing to note is that this graph is in the interval of 0 to 2 pi. If it's more, you can definitely draw more. You just have more points to start off with. So I'm just going to draw a graph quickly from here all the way here. I know it's not perfect, but you know what? My drawing's not perfect either. You can sketch it the best way possible. So now to find the amplitude, this is going to be the difference between your equation of your line. So your equation of your line is, first of all, equation of your axis is just going to be equal to x is equal to negative. So y is equal to -2. Sorry, y is equal to -2. Your amplitude is going to be whatever you had multiplied with your y's over here. So that is going to be 5. Okay, and